Like my style, don't ya? Nights like this, I wish I was with ya. On my turf, roll out the Henry Rux. She like when I hit the receiver. Friend hop in, this is a four-seater. Maniac straight out the wood, I'm Derek Jeter. Major leaguer, no fatigue. We don't get no handout, we don't get no Macarinas. Never gon' throw your back out, tryna work, you need a breather. I need a break. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me, down with me. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me. Hold on. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me, down with me. Oh, down with me, down with me, down with me. Oh, you down. Tell me who you talking to. Roll up that Sinatra, fly la mama to the moon. She asked me what's my life path. Told her 55 south to the cash. So many couches I crashed. Shout out Zazo, Tree, and shout classic. I know you really wanna be my only one, but I didn't need somebody to hold on to the sucker up. Baby, I know you really wanna be my only one, but I didn't need somebody to hold on to the sucker up. Baby, I know you really wanna be my only one, but I didn't need somebody to hold on to the sucker up. Baby, I know you really wanna be my only one, but I didn't need somebody to hold on to the sucker up.
I heard the flare gun, I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear none, I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one, to see it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on, I can't be replaced. I just take a sip, but it's spit, we on track for the win. Celebrate the win again, celebrate the win again. Take a sip, but it's spit, we on track for the win.
Playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Tonight, it's the AFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wild card game. And this carries into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Ball carrier.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Johnson on the return. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Rosen off the play action. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Anthony McFarland, his first carry of the ball game. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. Looking deep here for Ebron. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm looking at this one by defensive eyeglasses on, because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Able to slither by. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football.
47-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31.
So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double. You would think that you hit it off the wall. Big-time play for him on a short little pass.
Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Tua. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a short return to the 6-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Rosen. And he rips that one incomplete there. Anthony McFarland was the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Tua going to hand this one to Breida. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better. Than others, where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Steelers.
On first down, McFarland. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. McFarland running out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
Their own 4-yard line.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now it's Breida. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua going deep here for Parker. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
50-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Here's McFarland. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Dolphins 7, Steelers nothing.
Three yards remain for 2nd down. To throw is Rosen. That's into the hands of his running back, McFarland. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
24-yard line.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 24, Rosen. And hitting Juju on the slant. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 12-yard line. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run here with McFarland. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. And each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They run with Breida. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. It's complete to Grant. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
At the 41-yard line.
Tua now on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Pushing his way through. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, G.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Breida, the ball carrier.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the...
Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, McFarland. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And there on the tackle, Shaq Lawson. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
8-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Breida. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Steven Nelson on the tackle. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and it's 3rd and short.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return, Johnson. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Returnable for Grant. 35 yards that time on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. A handoff to Breida to begin the drive. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Breida on the carry.
On second down, a run with Breida. He's got a first. Oh, now Breida loses it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
And now it's Rosen looking. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Rosen will throw.
He'll get this one to McFarland out of the backfield.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
On the ground, it's McFarland.
And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. It's a gain of a couple on what should be the final carry of half number 1. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Being chased out left. And he connects with Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Here's Rosen to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Chase Claypool, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Leads to second and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Eric Ebron, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Steelers 21, Dolphins 7. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. That'll be complete to Breida. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Second and 12. Here's Breida. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Gain of 2 makes it 3rd down and 10.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They run again with Breida. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as he'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at about the 31. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
A gain of 12.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Xavier Howard on the...
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Now, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass him with a running play.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. On first down, McFarland. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Ball carrier
Anthony McFarland with his second touchdown of the night. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel, make sure they get their security deposit back.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10. At their own 5-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going deep here for Parker. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here's a handoff left side to Breida. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now a give running left is Breida. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. It's Tagovailoa from his own end zone. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford it anymore at this point. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. McFarland once more, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that will be incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
It's 4th down. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Here comes Grant on the return. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And that will come the offense as they take over. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end of their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And now here is another interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo.
And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firm.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. 20! And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Tua going to hand this one to Breida. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
On the carry.
Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. Caught left side, Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a give to Breida. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Dolphins take advantage of the turnover and put up 6.
The Dolphins are...
Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
A gain of a yard.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 11 yards there, 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
So that one will be accepted.
Let's go.
Here's Rosen. Ebron caught left side. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the penalty erases their earlier loss. Now it's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Rosen. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
On 1st down, McFarland. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Again, McFarland. And he's got some space here. There he goes left side.
All you got to do is look and learn. Look and learn, baby.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Anthony McFarland saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
37, Dolphins 15.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
There on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up
so the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be third down.
The tackle made by Devin Bush.
On third down, a run from Breida. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
2 and now on first down. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the ex-Dolphin, Minka Fitzpatrick. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill from the 22. Here's 2nd and 8. They're going to run again with Snell. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. Always got some breathing room. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They run it with Breida, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
37, Dolphins 21.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From South Florida, good night, everybody.
make another day